Hey, welcome to Wednesday night dinner with Pastor Brian. That's me. Or maybe Chef Brian, now that I'm standing. No, you don't want me cooking your dinner right now, do you? No, what are you having? Ooh, that sounds good. Well, I think I'm going to have some chicken. And I like to make my chicken on the stove sometimes. I like just to pan sear it. It makes it really yummy. But before we do that, why don't we say our grace? Can you say the grace with me? What we're going to do is we're going to see it right over here on this side of the screen, and we're going to say it together. You ready? Dear God, thank you for today, for our food, and for our family. Amen. Great job, guys. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to make some dinner. I'm going to make some chicken. But the first thing I need to do is get my pan ready. So I got my pan. It's not hot yet, so I can touch it. But if I just put some chicken on this pan, what do you think it's going to do? Maybe burn it? Well, if I just leave it on there, maybe burn it. Yeah, it's going to stick to it, isn't it? So I have to use this stuff. Now you can use other things too. You can use butter or grease. I like to use olive oil. And they now put it in a spray can, so I can just spray it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just spray that on. Now remember, if you're cooking on a stove, you want to have what with you? A grown-up, that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan. Ah, yes. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Can you? Oh yeah, nice good spray on that pan. And so what I've done now is I've made that so that nothing's gonna stick to it when I cook it. I think that's a good idea because no one wants their food to stick to the pan, because then when you take it off, you lose half your food. You know, Jesus actually teaches us a little bit about how to be non-sticky in the Bible. In fact, all throughout the Bible, we find teachings on how to be not so sticky. Not actually sticky, like food would stick to a pan or a sticker would stick to your shirt, but how do we not let things stick to us? Like, okay, let's say someone calls us a name. How do we keep that from sticking to us? How do we keep those things from making us feel like the word? Maybe you've heard it put like this. We're given labels. Or maybe a name tag. Have you ever worn a name tag? You probably have. And the name tag will say your name on it. But what if that name tag said boring? Because someone stuck that to you and told you that you were boring. That's not a nice thing to tell someone, right? So how do we not let that stick? Because you're not boring. You're fun to be with. You're you. So we don't want that one to stick. Oh, and then there's this word. Now, we don't like to use this word, but you've probably heard it before, and that word is stupid. You're not stupid. No one's stupid. We all have gifts and abilities and things that we know how to do well, and certainly things that we don't know how to do well. Like me and sometimes this job, right? But there are things that we can do well, and there's things that we're really smart about, and maybe some things that we still need to learn about, but no one is stupid. You're not stupid. So we don't want that word to stick to us. So how do we get less sticky? Do we just spray this on us? No, we don't want to do that. Rather, what we do is we put God on us. We put on kind of God clothes that remind us who we really are. Remind us that we are loved by God and there's nothing you or I or anyone can do about that. You remember we sang a song on Sunday, if you watched church on Sunday, and it went like this. No matter what people say or think about you, you are a child of God. You are a child of God. That's another thing that we can put on. And when we remember that we're a child of God, when we remember that we're loved by God, when we remember that we have talents and gifts and things that we do well, when we remember that we are called by God, then all of those other things just stop sticking to us. And we just wear our God clothes. So you don't have to spray yourself down. And to be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to make chicken anymore. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for your family. And I'm going to remember that I'm a child of God. You're a child of God. And nothing can change that. So here's your table talk today. Your table talk today is this. I want you to go around your table, or maybe you're sitting in the living room having a living room dinner. I want you to say one thing that is your God clothes, your non-stickiness that God puts on you. Share one thing. So maybe you go around the table and you say, Dad, you are loved by God. That's a good thing of God clothes to put on, right? Because that's going to help us to not let the bad things stick. Or maybe you say to your sister or to your brother, you're really good at math. That's a good thing, right? That's something that we can let stick to us because that's something that we are talented at, right? So go around and help people put on some God clothes, some of that non-stick stuff. And let's let the good things stick to us, not those bad things. All right? Well, we'll see you soon. And until then, stay non-sticky.